Every battle is won before it is ever fought. Darth Kermit here with my Keys to Kyber video series on Grand Arena Championships in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. In this series, I'll go over the strategies, practices, and tools that I use to make sure I get Kyber every time. The first video will be on preparation, all the things you should do before hitting the join button in GAC. Preparation is the first key to Kyber. As Sun Tzu wrote, every battle is won before it is ever fought. It may be a little cliche, but I'll be quoting a lot of Sun Tzu throughout this video series. So how do we prepare for GAC? Well, there are three main resources we need to manage properly. 1. Characters. Having the right characters at the right gear level or higher to either defend without allowing max banners, or counter a defensive team. One of the major things to note here is that we don't want to put more resources into characters than we absolutely need to. If your Gear 11 Thrawn is doing just fine for the counters you need, and you're not going for Sith Eternal, then don't relic him. Efficiency is key. 2. Zetas. You can treat these the same way as the characters. Some Zetas make a team much harder to beat with full banners, and some Zetas make certain counters possible or impossible. 3. Mods. I cannot stress enough how important mods are for GAC. Without proper modding, your defensive teams cannot hold and your offensive counters won't work. Thankfully, there's a number of tools I'll talk about to make modding easier. So let's start with preparing our characters. For most people, this should be the easiest part because it's mostly determined by what meta you are chasing at the time. Building up those separatists to get GACs, all those random imps for Sith Eternal, etc. But there are some characters that can be very useful in GAC that you should consider putting resources into that either have a really low investment requirement for use or have a very outsized impact. Here's my lists in no particular order, and do note that this is very subjective, so please drop comments below if you think I've missed someone. It can generally be assumed that all legendary and higher characters will fall under high impact, so I'm not going to list those characters. Except Thrawn, because Thrawn. Low investment. Mon Mothma, 3PO and Chewie, Rex, Thrawn, Nihilus, Newt, Watt, Gideon, Mando, Greef, Piet. High impact. Jolie, Bastila Fallen, Thrawn, Gideon, and Fives. These are my lists for characters that can get you a high return on investment in GAC. Again, very subjective lists, so please let me know what your lists look like. Knowing which Zetas to invest in for GAC is very dependent on your roster, so there's not much specific advice I can really give here other than listing what I think are some important Zetas for GAC that people may be ignoring. But thankfully there is a wonderful Discord bot named Scorpio that can provide Zeta recommendations based on your current roster. Unfortunately, I can't properly attribute the author of this fantastic bot on YouTube because of his internet handle, but you can find this bot on my Discord channel. Feel free to message me if you have trouble figuring out how to use it. Now here's my list in no particular order, not including legendary characters. Mon Mothma, both Zetas. Bastila Shan's lead. Newt. Watt. B2. Jango's unique. Dooku. Piet, both of his. Mando's unique. Greef's sweeten the deal. And Gideon's control the situation. This is another very subjective list, so please let me know what your lists look like. Last and most importantly, in my opinion, is mods. For most people, this is the most difficult, confusing, and time-consuming part of preparation. But before you hit that join button, you need to make sure you have the right mods on the right characters. Without the right mods, many counters won't work, and the same goes for defense. If you don't have the right mods on your General Grievous, he's just going to give free banners to your opponent if you put him on defense. Now, there obviously isn't time to go over how to mod every single possible GAC team, but thankfully, again, there's a wonderful tool out there to help with this. Grand Ivory's Mods Optimizer, link in the description, is a fantastic free tool that will pull your entire roster and your currently equipped mods and can quickly show you which mods should be on what characters. Now, this is not perfect. Depending on your target counters, you may want to move some characters higher or lower in the priority queue, or completely change their target stats. However, I think for most people, the general recommendations from this tool should get you to Kyber. Now, a quick demonstration of how to use the tool. So the first thing that we do upon loading the site is we need to put in our ally code, then hit fetch my data. Now you can see all of your characters loaded up, their current gear levels, their star levels. And then if we go over onto the left to explore my mods, you can see all of your mods that are currently on all of your characters. Now I'll go back to the optimizer screen. Note that this tool has a few really cool integrations that just make it even better, and we're going to use one right now. Up near the top right, you're going to see a button labeled Auto Generate List. This pulls from another tool at swgoh.spinelist.net. What this does is it pulls your character list and their current gear levels, and then assigns a rank order to them as to which ones are going to be most important for Grand Arena based on a template that's already set up. You may or may not agree with the order that this puts them in, but in general, it's going to be pretty accurate. So you can leave it on overwrite so that it'll completely overwrite your entire list. Right now, our list is empty, so it doesn't matter. Hit generate. Wait a few seconds, and then you will see a list over on the right of your entire roster in order of what this tool thinks is most important for Grand Arena. I have particular presets that I like for different characters. I don't have any of them loaded in here because I reset all of my data in order to be able to show you how this works quickly. But you can go into any one of these and customize their presets for whatever you would like. In general, their presets are good enough to get you Kyber. Now, once we've organized the list however we want it, created any custom or modified any presets that we would like, we can go over to the left and hit Optimize My Mods. Now the system is going to go through all of your mods and every single one of your characters in order, and it's going to apply the best mods according to the criteria that has been selected for each of the characters. And it's going to tell you where you can find those mods, so which character the mod is currently on, and where to put it. It'll tell you up at the top how many mods you would be moving. It will tell you how much it will cost to move them, and how much it will cost to level all of them up to level 15, if they are not already. So one of the things that you can do is you can go to Show Me over on the left and only go to Changing Characters. And now it will hide any characters that don't have mods to move. So now you can go through this list and manually move all of your mods as you'd like. Another integration is with a suite of tools from Hot Sauce called Hot Utils. This suite allows Grand Ivory to pull all of your mods in inventory and not just the mods that are currently equipped. This suite is not free, however. It costs $10 a month, but the mod management tools it provides probably saves me 10 to 20 hours a month, so that's very worth it to me. For example, with Hot Utils enabled, which I don't currently have enabled right here, whenever you go to move all of these mods, you can have Hot Utils move the mods for you, which will save you hours, many hours, if you are remodding your entire roster. Now that modding is taken care of, we can go ahead and hit that join button and then get ready for the next phase, analyzing our opponents and setting our defenses, which will be the next video, which I will try to release in the next few hours. So stay tuned and hit that notification bell. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you like these videos, and support me on Patreon if you think I deserve it. Till next time.
I find your lack of rainbow connection disturbing.